Have you ever felt crushed by something small that took over your entire day? Lost sleep over things that now seem meaningless? What if I told you there's an ancient philosophy that can shield you from these invisible attacks? A way of living, where absolutely nothing can take away your peace? Today, you'll discover how to become truly unshakable, a mental state where criticism, pressure, unexpected changes, and even tragedies can't knock you down. Sounds impossible? It's not. With the right tools, this strength can be developed. You're about to learn how to build a fortress in your mind, one that remains calm and composed in the middle of chaos. Stoicism isn't just an ancient philosophy, it's a practical guide for modern life. Created over 2,000 years ago by thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, its principles are more relevant than ever in a world flooded with opinions, stress, distractions, and daily challenges. The core idea is simple. You can't control the world, but you can control how you respond to it. That's the key to freedom. In this video, we'll explore 8 Stoic lessons that can completely shift how you handle adversity. Each lesson is a powerful tool to help you build a resilient, calm, and strong mind. We're not talking about inspirational quotes or distant theories. We're talking about actionable strategies you can start using today. Get ready for a deep journey of self-discovery, emotional mastery, and true inner freedom. It doesn't matter how anxious, angry, frustrated, or fearful you feel right now. With these Stoic lessons, you'll see that peace is possible, along with purpose, courage, and clarity. Lesson 1. The invisible shield. Protect yourself from the inner enemy. The greatest battle you face isn't in the outside world, it's inside your mind. How often have you let a negative comment, a piece of criticism, or a single glance ruin your peace? Stoicism teaches us that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but how we interpret them. That insight changes everything. Building a mental shield starts with recognizing that you are the guardian of your mind. No matter what others say or do, you decide what gets in and what stays out. This invisible shield isn't built overnight. It's forged moment by moment, each time you choose to reflect instead of react, breathe instead of explode, observe instead of judge. Picture every difficult situation as training, a challenge to strengthen your inner fortress. When someone attacks you, the pain only exists if you let it. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The daily practice of watching your thoughts and emotions without identifying with them makes you stronger. You are not your anger. You are not your sadness. You are the observer, and that distance gives you power. Start now. Whenever something threatens your peace, ask yourself, does this truly deserve my attention? If the answer is no, let it go. That simple question can be the beginning of your emotional freedom. Lesson 2. The master of silence. Harness the power of not reacting. We live in a time where everyone wants the last word, where every argument online becomes a battlefield. But true power lies in choosing silence. Reacting impulsively hands your emotional control to someone else. When you choose not to respond, you're saying, "I own myself." Silence isn't weakness, it's strength. It gives you space to think, observe, and respond, if necessary. It's a powerful pause that can prevent fights, misunderstandings, and regrets. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That power shows itself when you master the art of non-reaction. Speak less, listen more. Your peace will thank you. Silence is also a form of intelligence. It shows presence, confidence, and self-mastery. When everyone else is yelling or rushing to speak, the one who stays calm stands out. Silence disarms. It breaks cycles of aggression. Sometimes the best response is none at all. Not because you're running away, but because you're protecting your peace. Of course, this takes training. Next time you feel the urge to snap, interrupt, or defend yourself, pause, breathe, ask if it's worth it. In most cases, you'll find silence was the smartest choice. In others, your response will be wiser, clearer, and calmer. Use silence as a tool of strength, not avoidance. Lesson 3. The art of disregard. Choose to ignore the insignificant. Not everything deserves your attention, and this might be one of Stoicism's greatest forms of wisdom. We live surrounded by distractions. Other people's opinions, alarming news, negative comments, pointless drama. If you're not careful, Each one drains a bit of your energy. But the Stoic knows where to focus. They understand that attention is a precious, limited resource. Learning to disregard the irrelevant is an act of self-preservation. It's not arrogance, it's clarity. A Stoic chooses their battles wisely. They know they don't have to respond to everything or get involved in every conflict. They observe what's happening and ask, is this relevant to my mission? Does this affect what I can control? If not, they disregard it, not with anger or contempt, but with wisdom. Picture yourself in a boat during a storm of words, criticism, and noise, yet you keep your hands firmly on the wheel. That's the power of disregard. When you stop letting small things in, your mind clears, your productivity soars, your peace grows. This is one of Stoicism's secrets. Don't carry unnecessary weight. Practice daily. When something tries to steal your focus, ask, does this really matter? If it doesn't, let it go. The relief that follows is the reward. Lesson 4. The Unshakable Horizon. Think beyond the now. In the middle of a storm, everything feels more intense. But when you train your mind to see beyond the present, most problems shrink. Stoicism teaches that everything passes: pain, frustration, fear. When you broaden your perspective, you realize that this moment is just a small part of your journey. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If not, maybe it doesn't deserve so much space in your mind right now. Perspective is power. The higher you look, the smaller your problems appear. Imagine being in an airplane looking down at a city. The roads, cars, buildings, they all look tiny. That's how many problems are when you step back. Emotional distance gives you room to breathe and see clearly. You've overcome worse, and you'll overcome this too. A Stoic doesn't deny pain, but they know it's temporary. They don't avoid suffering, but they don't cling to it either. They observe, learn, and move on. This lesson is especially powerful in times of grief, failure, or uncertainty. It reminds you, nothing is permanent, not even suffering. Keep looking forward, keep walking. The storm will pass, and you'll still be standing. Lesson 5. The Weight of Expectation. Free yourself from the need to control. How often have you been disappointed because life didn't go your way? A plan failed. A person let you down. The Stoics would say, your suffering isn't from the event, it's from your expectation. We suffer most when we expect the world to follow our script. But the world doesn't follow scripts. It follows its own rhythm. The more expectations you place on things you can't control, the more pain you create. Freedom comes when you release that need for control. You can't force others to act a certain way. You can only control your effort, your mindset, your reaction. Marcus Aurelius said, receive without pride, let go without attachment. That's Stoicism in action. Make plans, yes, but don't cling to them. Do your best, but don't tie your happiness to the result. When you let go of expectations, you find peace. You make space for the unexpected. You accept life as it is, not as you want it to be. And paradoxically, that acceptance gives you real control, the control of your own mind. Lesson 6. The Power of Cold. Find peace in discomfort. Discomfort is part of life, but avoiding it only makes it worse. The Stoics knew this. They trained their bodies and minds to face discomfort head-on. Cold showers, fasting, long walks, not to suffer, but to grow stronger. Every time you choose the harder path, you add a layer of strength to your soul. Discomfort is a teacher. It reveals your limits and helps you expand them. You don't grow by always choosing comfort. You grow by facing resistance. Think of discomfort as daily training. That negative comment you absorb without reacting. That no you receive without collapsing. That stressful day you handle without losing control. All of it builds resilience. Seneca said, if you want to endure life, prepare for it. And preparation begins now. Instead of avoiding discomfort, lean into it. It's shaping you. Lesson 7. The Value of Indifference. Not everything is about you. We act like everything is personal. Someone's bad mood must be about me. A message left unread. They're avoiding me. But most things have nothing to do with you. People are dealing with their own battles, their own pain. When you realize this, a massive weight lifts off your shoulders. Stoic indifference means you don't take everything personally. It's not apathy, it's emotional intelligence. It's knowing when to care and when to let go. When you stop taking everything to heart, your life changes. You suffer less. You stress less. You gain empathy because you see others not as enemies, but as fellow travelers. Indifference isn't coldness. It's clarity. It's asking, does this really involve me? If not, move on. Protect your energy. Be a filter, not a sponge. Your peace depends on it. Lesson 8. The poison of comparison. Focus only on your path. Comparison steals joy, and it's everywhere. Social media shows perfect lives, instant success, flawless beauty. But that's just the stage, not the backstage. What you don't see are the struggles, failures, and pain. Comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel is unfair. A Stoic doesn't do that. They focus inward. The only valid comparison is with who you were yesterday. If you're improving, even slowly, you're winning. Everyone has their own timing, their own road, their own mission. Celebrate your wins. Respect your journey. Learn from others but never compete with them. You're not behind. You're just on your own path. Stay the course. Being unshakable doesn't mean being emotionless or cold. It means being in control, aware, present. It's knowing that while the world might throw chaos your way, you've built an inner fortress no storm can destroy. Each of these 8 Stoic lessons is a building block, a step toward a strong mind, a peaceful heart, and a purposeful life. Stoicism isn't theory, it's daily practice. It's waking up every day and choosing not to react, but to respond. Not to panic, but to observe. Not to flee discomfort, but to grow through it. When you live this way, nothing hits you the same way anymore. Problems still exist, but you become greater than them. Opinions lose their power, fear shrinks, clarity rises, and peace becomes your default state. If this content resonated with you, take action now. Like this video to help more people discover Stoicism. Subscribe to the channel to continue this journey of inner strength. And if you've made it this far, comment, I am unshakable. I want to know who's truly committed to this transformation. Thank you for being part of this. Until next time, and remember, you're stronger than you think.